and good afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to the Dunn Creative. Before we get into this pick a card reading, I just wanted to let you guys know I have a live stream channel where I go live doing readings over there a few times a week. And if you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can always email me at amanda@dunnphotodesign.com. Links for all of that can be found in the description below. But for this pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what is shifting in your life. And if you are new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy, and focus in on pile number 1 with the fluorite, pile number 2 with the galena, and pile number 3 with the selenite. And if multiple piles call out to you, there may be messages in each pile for you. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also pin them as the top comment. But please remember, you guys, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, your situation, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1 are those of you who selected the beautiful rainbow fluorite. We're going to put her right there because she's so fun to look at. Probably my favorite piece of fluorite is just a fluorite slab. Like, they just cut it. You can even see through it. I don't know if you can quite tell. No, not too much with the lighting situation we have at current, but oh my goodness. Stunning. But rainbow fluorite, it helps with focus. So maybe there's a shift coming to your focus. The fact that you selected rainbow fluorite tells a lot about what is changing, what is shifting for you. All right, and we have nurturing here. So I think many of you are shifting your focus on trying to please others and trying to please yourself or to nurture yourself. This does not mean that you can't shift your focus to nurture those outside of you. It absolutely can, but I'm really getting a self-love, self-care vibe from this depiction here. I mean, she is naked, but you know, a lot of tarot cards and oracle cards have nudity on them, but to me it's like she's just stripping down to her vulnerability, you know, metaphorically or figuratively speaking. And I love these cards because they give you a little change me message. But it says here, nurturing, I am a spark of divinity. Change me, divine beloved, into one who accepts my body exactly as it is, seeing as it is a vessel for your love. Fill me with the gratitude for this physical form. Let me nurture and care for myself in every way. So let's see. We know that you're shifting the way you're nurturing yourself and of course others as well. It's not all self-centric, but let's see how you are shifting to be able to nurture yourself. What is going to allow you to do this? What mindsets are shifting? Just any other words of advice or wisdom from spirit on how this is happening or manifesting for group number 1. Ooh, we have the 9 of Swords. It's already painting a picture for me. Okay. And the 2 of Cups. Wow. Okay. So many of you just may have been really all up in your head. It could even be about body issues because they specifically ask about changing me into someone who accepts my body exactly as it is. Maybe you've been stressing out about the way your body looks, the way your body feels, the shape of your body, the height of your body, you know, whatever body issues. And I know that's kind of a touchy topic, maybe trigger warning type of topic for some people. But for those of you that this doesn't resonate as your physical body, this is just like your body of work, your body of energy, your body of your soul is really what I see. It doesn't have to be, you know, literal body. But there's been a lot of anxiety around your physical body, the way it looks, the way it feels, the way, you know, you feel inside of the body, quite possibly for some of you as well. Maybe not even being able to get comfortable at night. She is in bed here, and it's like the sun is coming up, but she doesn't look very well rested. She's got tears, she's got all these journals and papers all over, like she stayed up all night just worrying, stressing. But probably one of the good things to do if you are up during the night worrying and stressing would be to open a journal. So I think she's like being proactive about getting these thoughts out so she can try to deconstruct what is actually going on in her mind. And also not beating yourself up. I see this as such a theme for not being able to beat yourself up and just give yourself more grace. And there might even be someone in your life that is dealing with this issue and you're the one helping nurture them through it. It could be your child, a partner, someone very close to you, but it is someone who is in your soul family. This is a soulmate energy. And my heart just kind of skipped a beat. So I think for some of you, you are supporting a spouse. Like, to me, this feels, or, a love interest of sorts. If you're not married or together, this is someone who makes your heart beat or skips a beat, makes it beat a little quicker. This is someone who you want to be in their corner and you know they are in your corner, but just you lending your beautiful, loving energy to help them. But for others of you that doesn't resonate, I'm seeing that this partner, this friend, this child, this soulmate energy is the one really allowing you, or telling you, hey, you have permission to love yourself, and just loving you through all these shifts and changes you want to make in your life as well. All right, any words of advice, please, from Archangel Michael? Here it is, innocence. Okay, so this has yet another prayer on it. It says, Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see that all of your qualities of pure love and light are reflected within me and all others. Help me embrace my God-given innocence so that I may be at peace. So I think some of you, just this fact of, trying to love yourself and give yourself grace and nurture yourself, this sense of innocence here, this is about, whatever mistakes you've made or others have made, this is about seeing yourself and others as this innocent child. He's holding a puppy here, and what is more innocent than a puppy or a child? It's just a very innocent quality, and we all have that inner child that is still with us. So maybe you're being asked to be this beautiful parent, this beautiful mother or father to your inner child at this time, and that's what's shifting. Is maybe some of you are really doing a lot of that inner child healing, or those of you who have been on the path of inner child healing for a hot minute, you're coming out of that now to where you can start actually enjoying and just thriving and living your best life with your inner child along for the ride. Or tapping into innocence. Some of your best advice from Archangel Michael is maybe even to do something you did as a child, something that fulfilled you as a child. If that was riding bikes, or getting together with friends, or coloring, or making paper dolls, or playing trucks. I don't know what you did as a child, but insert all of that here. And even more specifically, between the ages of 9 and 12, that's the sweet spot for finding your purpose, because whatever you were interested in during those years is really a big part of your life purpose. So find, even if you're not doing it exactly the same way, the energy of it is very similar to what your life purpose is, or some of the big purposes you have here on this planet. All right, anything else group 1 needs to know, please, Spirit? 2 right there. All right, we have here problem resolved. So any problems, any issues, any stress, anxieties, worries, not just about your body or the body of others. This to me feels like any financial worries, any business worries, any familial or friend worries. The problem is already solved. It's resolved. So this might even be something that's been cyclical, because and solved are the words coming together to make the word resolved. She's holding a snake here, so there's healing, and she's wearing butterfly wings, transformation through healing to be able to get a situation, an issue, a relationship back on track. And then we have rise above problems. So you have the word problems twice. And I just heard the song, I got 99 problems, but a bee ain't one. That song? That's not how it's sang, but so I'm not going to say it. But yes, you're rising above problems, and as you do so, problems are resolved. So, wow. I don't think this could be any clearer. Any problems you have, even with your self-worth, your, how you view yourself, that whole beating yourself up, not feeling worthy, all of this, this is shifting for you. This is coming up. This is coming to light so you can examine it and be able to dissolve. Release was the word that came up, but, again, going with resolve, release. If you release, putting those, English words together, means to do something again, and lease means, to when you lease a home or a car, you're signing a contract saying, okay, I will pay for this. I will experience this. If you release, I don't know. I think we've got it wrong. I think we kind of need to change our terminology with healing instead of releasing things, because that just says, oh, I'm signing on to experience it again and again and again. We're dissolving it, or we're letting it go. Maybe changing our lingo with this. This is something that's come up for me recently, is the word release. It just, what it's asking us to do and how it's actually spelled out are kind of opposites of each other, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. So I don't know if anyone else has had that issue. Not that the word is a bad word or anything, but I think there's better words we can choose when we're wanting to let go or offload or dissolve something, to close something out so we don't have to keep experiencing it. So that is your message, Group 1, about what is shifting or changing in your life, which this is such a beautiful, solid thing to shift and change, because when you can love yourself, you can love life, you can love the issues, you can love the problems, you can love the other people in your life, and it's much easier than if you don't love yourself. Believe me, it really is much easier going through life loving yourself than not. All right, Group 1, that's all I'm seeing for you, so please feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share, or anything else. And as always, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your super thanks. It's the little heart with the $ in the middle right below this video, where you can donate back to the channel if these messages meant anything to you. Of course, donations are never ever expected, but always greatly appreciated. And if you do not want to send super thanks, I also have my PayPal linked below as well. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you right here back at the Dunn Creative. All right, bye. All right, Group 2, or those of you who selected the Galena, this is going to be your message. What is shifting? What is changing in your life? We're kind of keeping these shorter messages today, although Group 1 wasn't really that short, so we'll see what happens. We have here attachment. I release all attachments. I'm going to read the little prayer here. It says, "Change me, divine beloved, into one who trusts that the perfect relationship always arrives on time. Let me feel worthy and deserving of love." Wow, you guys really are attached to Group 1. No puns intended with the attachment card here. You guys really are resonating with a lot of the underlying energies of Group 1. So if you felt called to both, or if you're here from Group 1, hello, feel free to check that out, or not, if that's your prerogative as well. But yeah, this is about you releasing attachment. And I would say not just to a relationship or the need to have a relationship look a specific way, but this is attachments to outcomes of all kinds. This is, how you're going to do on a test, what your boss is going to think of that proposal, what, how many viewers or views are your YouTube videos going to get. This is releasing attachment from outcomes, and practicing detachment. See, detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It just means you're not so fixated with a white knuckle grip on the outcome that you basically sabotage it. And I know practicing the art form of detachment is very difficult, especially in this material world, but looking into attachment versus detachment and ways that you can go about doing that. But I don't think you need to look too far, because what's shifting is your attachments. There might even be certain people, places you spend your time, whether that's looking online, whether that's physically at work, or places you go, or hobbies that you have. Your attachments to certain things, or your need to do certain things or please certain people, this is all shifting. So you might have this hobby that you've completely lost heart in, and your heart's just not in it anymore. That doesn't mean that hobby didn't serve its purpose. It absolutely did. Or a relationship, or whatever it is. Maybe the love is starting to wane on a new relationship or something like this. It doesn't mean it was a failure. It was a success in you knowing that maybe this isn't quite what I want, and you can release the attachment to that and maybe start looking for something different. That's coming up. All right, what else? What else do we have? What words of advice or wisdom, or any further guidance on this attachment, and any other changes that are going on for group number 2? Yes, you're walking away. Yes, this is I release all attachments. This is you walking away. And like I was saying in Group 1 about the word release, think of the, what's the word, etymology? Is that how we say it? The etymology of the word, or the source, or the the roots of the word. Release. So a lease is something that you basically sign a contract that you will pay, for this amount of time to either live in this home or rent this vehicle or whatever it is. You're signing a lease. So it's a contractual obligation. And if you something, you're doing it again. So the word release really, to me, is the exact opposite of what it should be representing. And it's bothered me lately, the word release. Like, I want to release all my attachments. I want to release all of this pent-up trauma, anger, wounds, resentments, whatever it is we want to release. Instead of saying release, say dissolve, or say transmute, or say let go, or flow out of, or flow through. These are better ways of maybe saying release, just something to think about. That's just something that's bothered me lately. I've mentioned it in both groups because the word has come up in cards for both groups, so I'm going to shout it from the rooftops from now on. Instead of telling, your higher self or whoever you want to release something, because really that just says, I want to sign on for another cycle of this crap, whatever it may be. Yeah, so maybe think about that. But we've got 8 of Cups here, which is about walking away from something that is no longer emotionally fulfilling to us. But the fact that she's got a bag packed here, she's ready to go. I'm hearing now, I'm leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. But to me, this has an indication that you will be back. So it's not like you're leaving these 8 cups forever. It's like you're instead going on a quest for that 9th cup, that Ace of Cups that's going to become the 9th cup right there stacked. So it's like this is the hero's journey. You're coming back to something. Maybe this is an attachment from the past. You are working through to dissolve. Note I didn't say release. Dissolve these old cycles, or, you're moving on from something. But that doesn't mean that you never get to see that person, that situation, that whatever again. It's just when you do see this thing again, or it comes around again, you're going to be experiencing it with a more wise approach is really what I see. So one of the shifts you're making is you're deciding not to play small anymore. I really do see it. You're also maybe shifting your focus again on that quest for that Ace of Cups. Well, it's literally come right to his doorstep and he can't even see it. So some of you, this solution to the problem or this whole detachment thing, it's right under your nose, but you quite don't see it yet. But Spirit is helping you with signs, symbols, synchronicities to be able to get your attention on this matter, whatever it is. It doesn't mean you have to release the thing itself, but the way maybe that you go about the thing. Prime example for me with this YouTube channel, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result, and just seeing the viewership and the subscriptions, the subscribers have been basically the same for over a year now, and the viewership has it's not even stayed the same, definitely hasn't grown. It's dwindled to the point where it's almost nothing. But for me to try to just keep doing the same thing and expecting something different, that's dumb. That's stupid for me to do that. So instead I have some plans to make things, shake up the energy and make things different, make things new around here. So that's what I'm going to be doing this month. Those of you watching group 2 here, you got kind of a sneak peek into October 17th, which is the day I am doing something here that is going to change the game for me in a way. For good or for bad, I don't know yet, but that's my faith, just leading the way. So maybe you have something, you're making a choice to dissolve or walk away or go on a quest, and maybe you're returning, but something is different with your energy. So that's what you are doing. All right, let's get some words of advice or guidance or wisdom from Archangel Michael, please, Spirit. All right, this came out in group 1. Yes, and I shuffled that bad boy. Look at that. Innocence, and I'm going to read it again. Even those of you from group 1 will read it again. It says, Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see that all qualities of pure love, and that's a word I think they used up here. Worthy and deserving of love. So let me read it again. So, dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see that all of your qualities of pure love and light are reflected within me and all others. Help me embrace my God-given innocence so that I may be at peace. So really, this releasing of attachment to certain things, or, there's me using the word, dissolving of attachments or being more detached rather than attached, it doesn't mean you have to let this person go and not be in a relationship anymore, or, do that thing that you love, or, whatever the example would be. It just means you're not attached to it, fulfilling you in some deep way, because instead you're fulfilling yourself. And we went the direction of inner child with this because anytime this card comes out, it's such an inner child card. This is about freeing that inner child within you, allowing it to come from, the depths up through the surface and, to burst forth as this beautiful beacon of light, because our purest essence is when we first incarnated into this realm. We are the freshest we will ever be from spirit until we cross over again. So it is such a, smelling of a newborn's head and, this fleeting kind of energy of growing up and, the second you're born, you start to die, this whole concept, but really there is no death. But this is about tuning back into the innocence and really being at peace within yourself, even when you are walking away or going through some troubling times or, feeling very attached, but knowing that that's only going to lead to more sadness or depression or destruction in your life, and finding a way to detach. Again, doesn't mean you have to cut all these cords, cut all these losses, and leave everything and everyone. No. It just means releasing the attachment to it. needing a specific outcome. All right. Any other words of advice, wisdom, guidance, clarity from Spirit, please, on this matter of what is shifting in Group 2's life? You're bringing your inner child out to play, that's for sure. All right. Stop it. Inner child, okay. I mean, do we need to say anything else? This is why I love shuffling on camera. You guys get to see the magic at play. Absolutely. She's holding a teddy bear. He's holding a puppy. I mean, do I need to reiterate? Do I need to say it again? I don't think so. We got the memo, Spirit. Thank you. And then family harmony. There's more inner child. But again, like I was saying in Group 1, it's like you're parenting your own inner child. That's what's shifting is you're not, especially those of you who had really traumatic things happen in childhood, maybe a lot of resentment, wounds, traumas from family members, specifically parents, grandparents, you know, the authority figures. Instead of allowing that trauma to just fester under the surface, you push it down and pretend it doesn't exist. Or on the other side of that coin, you facing it but still feeling like a victim or powerless in some way. Instead, this is you flipping the script on all of that, releasing the attachments to the past, these wounds, these, you know, sometimes we even start to identify as the victim-y type things that have happened to us. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it's when we get stuck in that and don't progress beyond it that there's some sort of issue that really starts to weigh us down. But this is you parenting your own inner child, you know, being that nurturing energy that we talked about in Group 1 for your own inner child. It's very powerful. And wow, I don't think there's much more I can say on this topic because I think we've really covered it. Very inner child vibes, releasing attachment, specifically maybe even from the past for many of you, or past relationships, past traumas, past wounds. This could even be past life stuff that's coming in. It's going to be different for each of you, so I'm going to leave you guys to kind of ruminate and examine what that could actually be for you. But just know, these changes you're making, Spirit is putting this new opportunity for love, fulfillment, self-love, self-care, purpose, passion, right under your nose. Just be on the lookout for the signs, symbols, and synchronicities that are bringing this to your attention because it's there. It's already there. It's been there. But you might have to go out on a sort of quest. It's a very alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I can never say his name right. Paulo Coelho. The book, The Alchemist. This is exactly what this is talking about. You think you have to go on this mass journey over, you know, across the desert to find what you're looking for, but you realize at the end of the book that it was within you all along. And, you know, but it still feels like a journey. You're still going somewhere energetically speaking. So that's what we have for you. What is shifting and changing in your life? But yeah, you're on a quest for that self-fulfillment and self-love and releasing or dissolving the need for others to fulfill that inner part of you. You're doing it for yourself. That's beautiful. All right, Group 2, that's all I'm seeing for you. But please feel free to share below what you thought, if this resonated, any stories you want to share, how you feel about this, what's going on in your head. I want to know. And as always, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the super thanks. That's the little heart with the $sign below this video, which is the donation button basically for the video. And those of you that want to donate and have been donating, thank you so much. Donations are never ever expected but always greatly appreciated, and literally the pulse that is maintaining the life support of this channel at this point, so thank you so much. And if you don't want to send a super thanks, I also have my PayPal linked below. Again, don't expect anything, but greatly appreciate each and every one of you who have been sending the donations. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you right here back at the Dunn Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, or those of you who selected the selenite, this is going to be your message from Spirit about what is shifting, what is changing in your life. And this card is kind of acting as the theme. Doesn't mean it's the only thing shifting and changing. We're going to get more cards on it just to see what's coming up. But let's see, the main theme going on here for you is balance. So it says here, my needs will be met. And the little change me prayer says, change me, divine beloved, into one who can fully offer my schedule to you, so my life can be in balance. Let me take rest whenever necessary, trusting that one way or another, all needs will be met. So wow, this is such a powerful message, especially for those of you who are my doers, my go-getters, my, more yin energy people, or more, outwardly masculine energy of go-get, take action, make things happen. There is this need for those of you, even if you identify as a female or whatever, divine masculine, divine feminine aren't, exactly cut and dry of, female sex genitalia, male sex genitalia. This is about energy. And this is about you being more in your receiving energy of the, sorry, did I say yin earlier? I meant yang. Yang energy of, if I mispronounced that, yang energy is the more masculine, go-getter energy, and then the yin energy is the more divine feminine. Receive, let things flow, allow things to happen, not letting life happen to you, but for you. I'm saying that wrong. But just being in the flow with what is already going on and allowing yourself some downtime. I think for many of you, you are stressed, you're overworked, you're at your limit, and there's this call or this need for some rest and some rebalance, some like calibration going on here, recalibration for you guys. And one of the big changes coming in is you're going to find more balance, more peace, more rest, more joy in your life, where it might have been more stress, more work, more forward momentum, and more action. Doesn't mean you're going backwards, but it's okay to take a day off. I mean, think of your iPhone, for instance, or whatever cell phone you have. Most of us have one by this point. But if we were to expect that phone to go for a week straight without charging it or plugging it in, I mean, that's ludicrous, right? But many of us expect that from ourselves or even from others in our lives. And this is just kind of a wake-up call, or kind of just an epiphany moment to realize that the rest is going to help you gain farther ground and bigger traction, because you're allowing yourself downtime. Where those people that are going, they start to make mistakes, they start to get sleepy, they're not fully engaged, they're not with it as much as someone who had a full night's sleep and is hitting it back fresh in the morning. So this is you getting that full night's sleep, figuratively or literally speaking. Allowing yourself some rest, some downtime. Those of you who are stuck with something at work, or even a personal issue or situation, stepping away from it to get yourself some clarity and perspective, maybe getting outside if you can, going for a walk in nature, grounding yourself, could really help put things in perspective and give you those answers that some of you maybe have been seeking. But one of the big shifts coming in is you are balancing things, and your needs will be met. Whatever needs that you have right now that aren't being met, that is shifting, that is changing for you, group 3. All right. Let's get some additional guidance. This is basically just anything else Spirit wants to illuminate about balance, or any other themes that are shifting, changing. Okay, we have 5 of Wands and 8 of Wands. Okay. So, of course, the 8 of Wands is that go, 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 fast-moving energy, forward momentum, and 8s are about action and financial abundance and, moving forward with purpose. With the 8 of Wands here, yes, you are moving forward with purpose, but she looks a little worried, like things are a little chaotic, things are a little stressed out. This is shifting, though. Things will slow down a little bit. Those of you who have felt like things were stuck because of external forces, that's going to start to move forward as you actually, it sounds counterproductive, as you rest, the outside things will start to move forward, and then you can rejoin when you feel rested again. But things are moving forward. That is a shift. Those of you who have felt stuck, you're like go, 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 like almost like a hamster on a wheel. You're putting forth a lot of effort, it seems, but then it seems also like nothing's happening. But this is shifting and changing. The effort you're putting in, you're going to start seeing gains on it. And even when you're resting, you're seeing gains in the outside world on things that you've done in the past. But with this 5 of Wands energy, this is conflict energy, confrontational energy. This is very 2020 vibes right here. Let me just say, there might be something that happened for you in 2020, or, you perceived it happened to you in 2020, and you're finally closing that out. You're finally done with it. This is something negative. So if something really positive happened, it doesn't mean this is ending in your life. Something negative that you can point back to that happened in 2020 that maybe you're still dealing with. Could be a health problem, health issue, could be a problem with a friend, a family member, a loved one. Wow, this is very weird and interesting. I'm actually seeing a pet that was lost. Like, not like that it crossed over, but it got lost. It ran away, or not purposely. It didn't purposely run away, but it got separated from you at some point. I see this pet is still alive and well. So if you're worried about this pet, wow, that's a very specific message. It does feel like a cat to me. It's not a dog. This feels like a cat. But those of you who have lost a dog as well, please know that that dog is alive. I feel that energy of a pet coming forward that is still alive and well. They're not just out on the street. Someone is loving that pet. And I don't see that this pet was stolen from you. I see that this pet somehow got separated from you in some way, but this pet is now part of a home. It's part of a family. Wow, very interesting how that came through. Interesting. But for everybody else, yeah, I just see any conflicts, even if they didn't happen in 2020, conflicts you've been dealing with recently, you're going to find quick solutions to resolve these things so that everything will feel like it's, a win-win outcome. I feel a win-win outcome with this. All right, let's get some additional guidance from Archangel Michael. Words of wisdom from Archangel Michael for group 3. What is shifting and changing? Be gentle with yourself. And this is exactly what, rest. A lot of us are very hard on ourselves if we can't just operate at our very, very peak performance constantly. We'll beat ourselves up. Like, last week I had all this going on and I did it, and this week I'm just drained, but I should still be able to do it. No. Take some rest, take some breaks, be gentle with yourself. And the prayer here says, Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. Help me know that I deserve this compassion. I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. So this has been a theme for all 3 piles. And in all 3 piles, I've mentioned what I'm about to mention to you. The word release has started to rub me the wrong way. Release, release your troubles, release your worries, release your trauma, release your past, release that toxic relationship, all the words, ways we use the word release. But if you think of the word release, lease is kind of the back part of the word. When we lease something, we sign a contract on it, right? We say, okay, I want to live in this home for 6 months, or I want to drive this vehicle for 2 years, or however long we sign the release. We're signing the contract. We're signing on the dotted line that I want to experience this thing for this amount of time. That's a lease. When we something, redo, release, re-examine, rebalance, whatever the word is, we're doing it again. So do we really want to be using the word release? I want to sign up for this again on XYZ? No, we don't. So instead of using the word release, which I think is the exact opposite of what we're trying to accomplish when we're quote unquote releasing something, we want to instead say dissolve, let go, flow through, any other word that we can think of that has the meaning of release without actually using the word release, because, words are spells. Why do you think they call it spelling when we spell a word out? Be using your words more consciously. So instead of saying, I release this, I release that, really, those of us who've been in the healing work, we think, oh, well, I thought I released that. I thought I moved through that. I thought that was done. And now here it is again. Changing our lingo could really help. So that's just a hot tip for all 3 piles, apparently. It needed to come out in all 3 piles. So there we go. Rethinking the word release. So instead it says, I dissolve instead of release. I dissolve any feelings, or transmute, pick a different word, a better word. Any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. Especially those of you who feel guilty when you rest, relax, take a step back and just allow yourself to breathe. There's no need to feel any guilt surrounding taking care of yourself or, your home or the task at hand. All right, any further guidance, please, for group 3? Whoa. We have laughter. Laughter truly is the best medicine. Along with getting enough rest, I think those 2 things are very underrated. And we have moving forward fearlessly. So those of you who have been feeling stuck or stagnant, or you're fearing that, hey, if I take breaks, or if I take a rest or a vacation or a relaxation or a day off, things are going to grind to a halt. No, this is just reaffirming this 8 of Wands, that things are moving forward. And you're moving forward fearlessly by allowing yourself time to rest and rebalance yourself. That is really what's needed. And laughter. Do something that makes you laugh on your downtime, or even when you're busy and on the go. Bring more laughter into your life, whether that's watching a comedy movie or getting together with a friend that really makes you laugh, or even just tuning more into your inner child. That being gentle with yourself. This lamb really is representative of the inner child, and the inner child has also come out in all 3 piles. So I think there's a pretty big number of you that might have watched all 3 piles, because this is just basically one continuous message of the nuances are different, but the underlying themes here really are the same. Take care of yourself, love yourself, allow yourself time to breathe, and bring more laughter, more inner childlike qualities forward within yourself. And that's mostly what I'm seeing for you, Group 3, so please feel free to let me know below what you thought, if this resonated, any stories you want to share. You know I always love to hear from you. And as always, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your super thanks. It's the heart with the little $ in the middle right below this video. That is the donation button, and your donations are never, ever, ever expected, but always greatly appreciated. You guys have been the lifeblood, the pulse, you know, the life support, as I was saying in Group 2, that has been keeping this channel going, so I greatly, greatly appreciate you. And those of you that do not want to donate through the super thanks, I also have my PayPal linked below. Again, your donations are never expected, but always very, very greatly appreciated. I love each and every one of you, and I hope to see you right here back at the Dunn Creative. All right, bye!